Hello, welcome to the BlueQuill feature highlights for version 5.11. In this video, I will highlight the following: sending containers to the repository in design mode, instructor view of assessment, test banks and question randomization version 1. Let's get started. We have added the ability for designers to send and retrieve containers of objects to and from the repository. In design mode, containers can be sent to the repository simply by clicking, holding the mouse button down, dragging and dropping the container in the drop zone. Once a container is dropped, I have the option to add tags. Tags will help to search and retrieve the container later, and multiple tags can be entered separated by a comma. When the container is added successfully, it can be seen in the list alongside the objects that are also in the repository. This list shows only the objects and containers of which I am the owner. Containers can be searched in the repository as well. Start typing and the search results will display based on the title and tags. To add this container to a course, I simply click, hold the mouse button, drag and drop it into the course. If I decide I want to make changes to this container, I can make a copy of it and sever it from the repository. This is also done by using drag and drop. I drag it to the right where it says copy and unlink. This makes a copy that is now editable. We will continue to enhance the repository for both objects and containers in future releases. Instructors can now see assessment results both aggregated and per student. If I open an object with an assessment, I see some options as an instructor. The standard view shows me the assessment as the student would see it before they take the assessment. I can turn on the aggregate view to see how all students in the class answered each question. I can also click Student Attempts View, which will open up the in-object grading tool. The student that I have highlighted in the in-object grading tool is the student whose assessment results I am viewing. I can easily see how the student interacted with the assessment tool. I can also easily see a timestamp of when they answered each question by clicking this clock icon. From here, I can grade each student manually if I choose to do so. The other enhancement to the assessment tool is the ability to build assessments with test banks. I can make many questions in this assessment, then choose how many to actually give to the student. Here, I have an assessment with 6 activities. If I select the test bank checkbox, students will get a random sample of the percentage of questions that I choose. I will choose 50%, which will be 3 of the 6 questions for the student. I can also choose whether or not the questions should be randomized every time the student opens that assessment, or just once. If I choose only once, the student will get the same random sample every time they open that assessment. This is our first version of test banks, and we will continue to enhance this feature in future releases. Those were some of the highlights from the release 5.11. Thanks for watching.